Live.
Alright.
Not doing anything. Yeah, we're just pre-showing it. Hello.
What's the link for the virtual tabletop?
Play.nexttofantasy.com/game. Should be. Let me just message it to you real quick. Sam.
So I checked the pins, but it's bringing me to Kira's Witchlight Fae Fantasy.
Was it on mine?
Yes.
Oh. Oh.
Alright, that's better. Ziliziki Zoro.
That's a name.
It is.
We've got Gross, Prince,
Now that's his great-grandfather.
Yes, of course. I didn't realize it was a family name.
Apparently in Gnomish culture, the more syllables your name has, the more masculine it is. And the fewer syllables, the more feminine.
Huh.
That sounds frustrating.
Yep.
Neat.
Yeah.
I learned something today.
Yeah. But for the sake of simplicity, since no one else is really gnome, I think that he tolerates people shortening it.
Tolerates. Alright, is everyone here? Have headphones, snacks, ordered your food, or already started eating?
Oh.
I'm good.
Good.
Alright, I have not done a stream from the scratch before, so is there anything I need to say? I don't know if we're live at all.
We're live. I've already said that. I got the host. Hold on.
Yep.
I'll throw it to you when I'm ready. Then I swallow my sushi.
Was that
Don't
a
speak
word?
with your mouth open. Hey, he was talking while eating.
Wash it down. Sushi and coffee.
Sushi.
You know, man's favorite combo.
Exactly. Alright. Doing it officially in 3, 2. Hello and welcome everybody to Exploding Dice 2 Worlds. I am your host and everybody's favorite Princey Bird Boy CJ, and joining us as always is Scott. Hello, Scott.
Hello, CJ.
And we have, I'm going to pull up the list here because I am not yet familiar with everybody that our lovely Dungeon Master has gotten us yet. We have Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hello.
We have Burb. Hi, Burb.
Hello.
Okay.
It was like 10 seconds of lag.
Oh no. Really?
Yes.
Not anymore.
And that melodious voice you heard is our Dungeon Game Master. Sorry, they're not Dungeon Masters in Pathfinder. We have our Game Master, the one, the only Nexus. Hello, Nexus.
I'm still here. Who'd have guessed?
We didn't scare him off. Scott, you didn't scare him off.
It wasn't my job to scare him off. That was
You
yours.
failed me.
Wait. I was supposed to be getting scared off? Darn.
No.
I girded my loins for nothing.
Sounds painful.
No.
That was
No,
the
no.
true trick.
You were supposed to ungird his loins for him.
Not before our first date. Come on.
Yeah, not my morning.
Not that easy.
Nah, I took a vacation.
Fair enough.
Apparently everyone did.
Vacations are important.
So are mental health days, everyone.
Yes.
Just saying.
And burnout days. Intentional burnout.
So we had some Session Zero stuff last week that I missed most of because family days are also important.
Family.
Family.
Overrated.
Evil.
I feel as if you're not allowed to say that the weekend of Father's Day.
Thanks for raising me, Dad.
Okay, but like 70% less sarcastic.
So I think since there's not a lot to go over, next I'll give you a little bit of, I'll go and throw it to you to give us some synopsis, and then I guess we'll dive right in.
By and large, all that we got a chance to really sink our teeth into was getting a few snapshots of our wonderful little opening city, Baradak. It is here that our various players got a chance to introduce themselves. Some of them finding themselves here for the first time, some of them finding themselves having learned that there is an awful to-do gathering a storm, and some of us finding that those that we consider friends are also giant mooches. This is not necessarily new information, but every time you learn it, it hits a little different.
Very true.
Oh no.
Which is on the
With-
west.
Wait, how did they mooch it from us?
I think that was my friend. He was asking for gold for his date with someone.
Oh, that's fine.
Throw him in the dungeon.
Right. My lord, you no longer have a dungeon.
Throw him in the fungeon.
Function.
The fungeon is unfortunately filled with funyuns.
Throw him in the fungeon.
We can't, it's a safety hazard.
Set the fungeon on fire.
How about I just get you a falafel?
Perfect.
An alliteration altercation.
But yes, now we have all begun to have our wonderful players meet up in the Royal District. As they arrive, they are surrounded by the high sandstone walls of the castle. Guards stand with iron rod precision. The sky has turned, if only in this place, upon entering the grounds of the palace, a strange purplish hue. For those with more mystical inclinations, magic is practically the magic is so alive that you can practically taste it dancing on your tongue.
What does magic taste like?
An excellent question.
Funyuns.
It actually depends. I would like all three of our magically inclined friends to roll occult. For those of you who do not recall how to find your character sheet because you don't have a token at the moment, you simply press C on your keyboard and it'll pop up.
Okay.
To remember where to roll occult at. There it is. Maybe. There it is.
Here we go.
Where do I roll it?
I realize now what you're.
Well, not one.
My first roll's a nat 1. Good for me.
Oh, was that you? I thought that
That
was
was
me.
me. I am CJ.
Okay, cool. I am Test Sam, and I got an 18.
Zilly, would you do me a kindness and send me a picture for your token? I don't believe I have one.
Oh. That's because I don't have one either.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
We're not-
I will get you something temporary. Because I have someone, a friend who's actually going to be drawing something for me.
All right, I do recall you having that.
God. Apparently, if you
Yes, I can
just image search gnomes, a bunch of guard gnomes pop out.
Oh,
I don't know what you were expecting, but it really should have been that.
how do I roll?
But I mean, a cult.
You go to your character sheet and then go to proficiencies. It's the icon that looks like an open hand.
Oh, I see. Gadoosh. 16.
Okay. All right then. The prince has no need to consider such, well, lowly matters. Magic tastes exactly what the prince wishes it to taste like. And if that currently happens to be rat feces, then entirely whose fault is that?
Exactly.
Oh no. It's like Dishonored.
But not all magic tastes like rat feces. In fact, for some of you, it tastes rather different.
I'd hope so.
Like the Sacred Flame.
Paige, for you, magic tastes like hot chocolate. It's warm and soothing, and if you go at it too quickly, you will burn your tongue, and it's awful, and oh god, it's not stopping. How do you stop it? Turn off the senses.
Oh god. Powerful. The Sacred Flame burns this one's tongue.
And there you are. And Zilly?
Yep.
For you, magic is a bit more distinct. It doesn't taste like anything really. Nothing traditional. But you know without a shadow of a doubt that it is potential.
Sounds cool.
Don't mind me, I'm just in the back scrolling up and down trying to find a token frame.
Why does it have our names like that, though? That's weird.
Like what?
Burb. Test Sam. CJ.
Because your token, because you haven't fixed your token names. Is that Grayson? Tell him I say hi. I only say that because he's the only one whose kid it's the only one of your kids whose name I know.
Alright, I searched Gnome Wizard copyright free, so hopefully that is good, I guess. But it'll do for now.
I'm unconscious?
No, it just doesn't automatically give you hit points for some reason. We're just not going to worry about that. I shall fix all of you in a moment.
Burb.
Burb, burb.
Yo,
You have healed. Praise be to the sacred flame.
praise be to the Sacred Flame.
More importantly, praise be to me.
Praise be to the Sacred Flame.
Praise. Yeah, the Nexus Flame.
Exactly. I'm glad that you understand.
I like the companion manager doesn't work.
I like that you expected anything different.
What was the name of my friend?
Hey.
That isn't.
I feel like it began with S.
Samwise.
Well, you know, I was gonna say Suleimani.
I mean, Samwise would be easier to remember because my name's Sam.
Oh, hey, Sam.
Hello.
Sure, if you'd like to have that dishonor stuck on your name.
Well, especially since I'm going to suspect he turns out to be the final boss at the end of it all.
Yes, all of his abilities actually
Alright.
just drain your money, and when you run out of money, you suddenly lose all your hit points.
End your friendship with them.
Oh, that was
He's
gone as soon as
only-
he became the final
he's
boss.
a
You know?
gold digger. He's a gold digger.
Yeah.
Maybe I could align myself with him.
That's what makes it. That's what makes him like turn to the dark side. He's like, my sugar daddy who doesn't have no more money.
He's got to get it one way or another.
Then he turns to thievery and yeah.
All right. Does everyone have a token on the map that also has hit points and also has the right name?
Let's see. Grayson. Yep, that's me.
Glad to see something's working.
I rolled a 2. It's good to know my rolls are getting better.
Incrementally, but that is more than nothing. But yes, it's not just magic in the air such that you can taste it. You can see above you the visual flashes and changes and twists. It's almost as if in this purple sky there is a constant array of constellations, always twisting and shimmering about. For those of you who rolled your occultism and didn't, crit fail, you would know that this is actually a series of protective wards that the royal family has been maintaining since they were the royal family.
How long is that?
Do you want the exact number or an approximation?
An approximation.
1,200 years.
Oh wow.
Mm.
They must be power. Do they live a long time, or do they just have a strong bloodline?
Yes. They don't live especially long.
Hmm.
Not compared to like elves or whatnot. If I remember correctly, and God, it's the fucking bird people whose names I'm so used to D&D names. I'm trying to remember the Pathfinder race names.
Strix.
Yes. If I remember correctly, Strix don't live more than a century.
Yeah, Strix are kind of short-lived. Most bird people in D&D are.
Racist, this isn't D&D.
It's the Hollow Bones, obviously.
It is.
Not enough milk.
Whoops.
No, in the archives they don't give ages, so. Lifespan of 40 years.
Yeah. So,
Bird people.
when your average lifespan is about 40 years, and you somehow manage to construct an empire that lasts over a millennia, you're doing something right.
Yeah, I'm like middle-aged. I'm going through my midlife crisis.
Yeah, I've barely hit maturity.
What would be the age of maturity for them then? Like
14.
Alright. God, stuck with a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I'm
Yeah,
15,
what?
16.
No, a teenager and an old lady.
What would that be considered for an orc then?
I think orcs lived at like 60 to 80.
Alright. I mean, then he's just 30.
So you're also going through your midlife crisis.
Yep. As we can
Explains.
tell from being clowned by a snake.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think gnomes live to be a few hundred years old. Whatever the
Oh, how do
college
I-
age equivalent is, that's what Ziliziki's aura is.
It would depend, because I don't believe they mature like physically any slower.
Right. Yeah, I think you're right. I forgot where I put that information.
The Wikipedia article. Anyway. Yes, Paige.
I was just asking how you drag.
Left
I
click
keep pinging.
on your token. You just left click. Does anyone have access or permission to use their own tokens? Oh, that's why. Try now.
Oh, here we go.
The game was just paused. Fun fact that. I definitely remembered that and didn't just have you guys try to move for no reason. That didn't happen.
No, not at all.
No, not like I didn't escape.
None of you can escape, and none of you ever will.
No. I pinged by accident.
It's okay. Next time you'll ping on purpose, and it'll all balance out.
Mm-hmm.
But no, as you head deeper into the castle district, further into the area bordered by the palace's walls, it becomes immediately obvious for anyone who's not it becomes immediately obvious for anyone who hasn't exactly grown up here that there is just a different air to this area than there is to the surrounds. While outside of the walls there is this frenetic energy, the bazaar is filled with a innumerable number of strange and wild things, places and objects from people and objects from all across the world. Here there's an almost solemn austerity. The people who are here only briefly glance in your direction. There are, of course, those who may and at other times have been considered higher above your station or perhaps lower, but regardless of who they are, no one has approached you to speak. For good or for ill, it appears that you all are on a crash course for the castle itself.
Oh, great.
Mind me not.
Who do we
That
go
would be-
to see the games?
Mumsy and Pupsy. Fantastic.
Mumsy and Popsicle.
Where are we going?
Don't mind me, I just remembered that I forgot to add one of the maps.
To see the games.
That's cute, but not helpful. The gates are what you just passed back here.
I knew that.
Interesting.
But-
What?
That is to say,
My
you already entered.
Oh god. Wait, so my character just turned sideways.
Yes, that happens sometimes. You just have to ask her nicely and she'll switch back. Or maybe she won't.
Okay.
Also, hold shift and just rotate your mouse wheel.
I don't have a mouse wheel. Okay, I did it. Thank
We're so
you.
proud of you.
Breakdancing, breakdancing. Should probably zoom in so the
Wrong.
stream can actually see the characters.
That's the wrong version of that.
Dearest Mumsy and Popsicle.
Listen, it's been a while since I've watched Wicked.
There has
my
been
wife-
some confusion here at Shiz.
I think we're missing someone.
Yes, Paige?
Not me.
No.
You just raised your hand.
You hit H.
Sorry. I thought that was the drag screen around. My
Hmm.
bad.
You are indeed the drag queen.
Oh,
Drag queen. How do I
oh, were you waiting on me?
Yes.
Yes.
Also,
we seem to be missing Zilly Ziki Zora.
I was trying to figure out my prepared spell stuff. Alright, how do
Watch
I
the-
go to where everyone else is?
You can use your arrow keys, or I think you can like drag them.
There's also WASD.
was
Oh, there you are. I just had to zoom out a lot to see where you guys went.
breakdance.
Token collided with the wall.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah, don't collide with the wall then.
But my elevation.
Okay.
Your elevation is very important, but so is not colliding with walls.
Having walls is cool.
Wait, do I have
I don't know
the
if the
second
walls
highest
appreciate it.
hit point? It makes sense. I have the second highest hit points with the group.
That's
Yeah.
not worrying at all.
No,
I
it makes
have
sense.
I have the lowest, but I'm a wizard.
No, CJ, it's worrying. Remember, I'm cursed.
No, I also makes sense that technically I have the highest hit point. I have the highest AC.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Maybe
What's
not,
your AC?
not technically 18.
Technically 18. Okay.
Technically 18. Just not right now.
I mean, right now, 17.
I have 15. Not that far below you.
I know.
I need to check your ID.
By the way, you're actually tied with highest AC. Because Prodigy's character also has an 18 flat.
Nice.
Oh, I can't see his token. He's not here. Doesn't matter.
Yes, of course, because he's not here, he doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Yeah. By the way, my armor class is 14.
Squishies.
Does that mean I'm
Squishies.
gonna get stabbed a lot?
It means you could get stabbed a lot.
Just stand
I
behind
don't-
the orc.
my-
Let him get stabbed.
Yeah. If I don't do if Grox doesn't do his job, then you're gonna get stabbed a lot.
Oh no.
But if Grax doesn't do his job, then he'll get stabbed a lot too. So, you know,
Well,
It all
even if
evens
I
out.
do my job, I still get stabbed a lot.
just don't get stabbed. It's really simple.
Yeah,
It's
that.
nice to meet you, Grox.
Aww,
All Grax has to do is not get stabbed.
it's a little cute
Uh,
bird.
As you all begin to enter the palace itself, leaving and entering the throne room, leaving the outside district behind and entering into the castle to reach the throne room, you find that it is largely deserted. With the exception of your party, there is only a single person in the entire hall.
It's quiet in here. Wait, what?
It's normally not this quiet.
Yeah. Where are your hundreds of servants?
I never said that I have hundreds of servants.
Never been in a fancy place like this before.
Who is the one person that is up there?
It would be your father,
No.
Lord Sprigadoon Bararak.
Hello, father.
Hello there. Are these your your expedition party?
That they would be, father.
You are you sure that this is wise for you?
I wasn't given a choice, father.
I know that. I'm just saying that maybe you're 15. This is a good age for you. You could get married. You don't need to see the world.
I don't think that's in the cards for me, Father.
Where are my manners? You may all stand or whatnot.
Hello? The sacred flame guides you today.
Yes. And let its fire burn forever.
And let the briar burn forever.
Oh, how illustrious does this throne room look? Is there like golden plated things and gems and...
Oh, it's immaculate. Every tile of the floor is very clearly made of like solid gold. There are, you see like these statues right next to you are carved with such exquisite detail. It almost feels like they're looking at you. In fact, as you like subtly turn and move around, you can feel their eyes on you at all times.
Creepy.
Wait,
I'll cast
whose
detect
eyes?
magic. The statues.
Ooh, that's so scary.
Rox has
Sure.
never been in a place this fancy and is just enamored with the room.
So,
Okay.
do you have any other kind of statues, Your Majesty?
Oh, all sorts.
Do
These
they have
ones are just,
different functions?
well, usually a statue's function is to look beautiful. These ones do a little bit more. And when he says that, your spell washes over the throne room. I need you to do something for me.
Sure.
Tell me what it is that your magic looks like. What it looks like for you to cast this spell.
I don't know if there's any fabrics or anything for detect magic, but just doing gestures with the hands and muttering the magic words. Let's see.
Is it like a little radar blip?
Yeah. Send out a pulse that registers the presence of magic. Receive no information beyond the presence or absence of magic. I'd say for me, it would be kind of like something like hearing a hum, almost musical. But if it's some type of showy magic, probably like the standard glowing of hands, I imagine Zilly's magic is more purple.
Okay. Zilly, you hum out the words necessary to cast your spell. You do notice that the king does look upon you, and he does seem to recognize that you're casting magic, but doesn't seem to do anything or say anything to stop you. As the information lances out from your body, you begin to hear a symphony. There are all kinds of magics in this room. Bouncing just from the other members in the throne room itself to no shortage of innocuous items all around that hum with such an intense fervor that you almost go deaf for a moment. It's almost as if you lose all sensations of anything else but this knowledge that this room is chock full of magic.
Jeez.
The statues are too, I suppose, but they're not even close to the most powerful thing in this room.
Oh. Do I get a sense of what is?
Not really. There's just too much of it. Since this spell explicitly tells you that you know whether or not something is magic or isn't magic, that's basically all you get.
Alright. Because I did cast it as a cantrip, so that makes sense. Kind of rubbing my head a little like, jeez, guys. This room is loud.
Yes.
Feel it. The secret flame burning everywhere in this room.
Mm. What's the king's name?
Gods, I just said it a moment ago. It was
Yeah.
I think it was Spriganus.
Spiganus. And how would, I guess, a commoner or someone address the royalty here?
It depends on the level of ass kissing.
Mildly respectful, but still somewhat resentful.
Then less than the Radiant Dawn and more than Your Highness.
Your Highness, is there a problem with our group? Addressing the king.
There's nothing wrong with you all per se. It's just I only have 12 children, you see. And if one of my own were to, well, I suppose it doesn't matter. You all are going to be doing a rather simple mission, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Not too much of an issue.
Mhm.
Has there been complications on the other side?
Well, that's just the thing. You would be our third survey group. The first, they're the ones who, well, received the artifact. It is because of their actions that we know that there are some things of value on the other side, even if thus far our scans of the artifact have proven it to be a completely non-magical artifice.
And where do its powers stem from?
We have yet to discover that. The first group has dedicated themselves to becoming a purely research group. Because of that, we cannot send them into any more field deployments.
And the second group?
The second group has yet to return at all. We sent them at the last high moon. However, there has been no response from them. And the incursion of the goblinoids has made it so that their entrance into these portals has been somewhat blocked off. Normally we would send a sweeper crew to wipe out the goblinoids. However, the presence of ones of more superior firepower actually weaken the portals themselves, dampening the stability, and if we do that, then it's entirely possible that these actions may result in a permanent loss to the second crew if they are still alive.
Oh, we got your goblin cleaning crew.
If you believe yourselves able, there are, of course, secondary entrances. There are more than just one portal, of course.
But if you want
Well.
us to retrieve the second crew, we're your goblin cleaning crew.
And do you know the whereabouts of where the second crew might have last been seen? Or have they tried to send you a message, though?
They have yet to return, and they have not sent any messages that we have received. It is beginning to become, as one might imagine, rather concerning. We sent them off with enough supplies to last, well, a season. So we do not worry for their long-term prospects. Not yet, but very soon it could be coming to that point.
You don't think they could have made off with your supplies? Times are rough nowadays.
We have more faith in that than that. The nation will persevere, and even if they had run off with our supplies, there would be ways to track them from this side.
Interesting.
What methods have you used to track them?
We have had several of our oracles and diviners watching over them, and of course, several of the unique markings we left on their supplies.
Hmm. And how did the spells fail?
It was a matter of distance.
I see.
They could not pierce the other side of the portal. And so we know they have yet to come back. And we know that they are not on this continent, at least.
All right.
Well, I am an oracle. Do you think that you could provide me the materials to see if I could divine their location?
You read my mind. I'm a diviner. I was about to ask the same thing.
Yeah, we could try to try to divine their location together.
Yes. But I'm only an apprentice wizard. My magic isn't quite that powerful yet. But on the off chance, it wouldn't go wrong having those materials.
Mhm.
Should you wish to seek them out as once you reach the portal, then it is perfectly within our means to provide you with the materials you might need for whatever divination work you would do.
Well, if
Interesting.
they're trapped or in some danger, it's what should be done.
Of course. We'll need some crystals and a bit of sage.
It can be done.
Do I have that in my character sheet?
Crystals and sage?
Or no, what is my ability to see
I believe you'd need to test out specific spells for that.
Yeah, no, it's like there's a don't I have one by default since I'm an oracle class?
I don't believe you do, but you might. Not at this level.
Not at this level. Okay.
You gotta work up to it.
Yeah, we're just baby level ones.
So I don't have fortune telling yet?
No, you can do fortune telling, but fortune telling is a skill.
It's a skill.
Yes, it's a knowledge skill.
Interesting. So do I have to touch? I can palm an item. Do you have anything of the party? Palming an item is thievery, never mind. Oh wait. Oh, is it called recall knowledge?
There are a lot of options you have here, aren't there?
Yeah. I would just think I have something to to Oracle, since I'm technically an Oracle.
For you, I
Even
think
if
you just probably need things that you can burn for you to do your
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, burn something to the sacred flame.
You know, you
Maybe a
like burning
person.
incense and whatnot. People too. You never know. People,
Yeah, that's how I
monsters.
get my that's how I get my more powerful divinations. Is I burn people. But we don't tell anybody that.
Naturally. But no, you are able to do these things. If that is what is required, I can see about adding some of these things to your supplies. Grayson,
Yes.
do you believe there's anything that you'll need? We will have to give you some goodly surprise, just in case you yourselves are also trapped.
Hmm.
We do not believe it to be a large chance, but any chance is more than acceptable.
I need nothing more than you would send for anybody else on this task, Father.
Well, surely you'd want something. Your allies have already requested personal items for themselves.
I want nothing more than what you would give any other adventurer on this task.
As you will. And you, sir... I apologize, but the records that I have for you imply that you are some sort of... performance man?
Yes.
Where did they
How
get this
can I-
guy?
How can I help you, sir? Grox has been just wandering around the room, enamored as you guys have been talking this entire time.
You shouldn't touch that. That urn is worth more than your entire family will ever make in their lifetimes. In the next 12 generations.
Wait, we're supposed to make money?
Anyhow, I was merely asking if there are any accommodations I might make for you before you embark on this rather dangerous journey.
Food, shelter for your son, I guess, and
Are you asking for shelter for my son, or shelter for yourself and also to bring my son?
I have no idea what I'm asking. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I just followed a group.
I think we just found him wandering the streets. He seemed kind of nice.
I found this flyer. They said follow since I found the flyer. What is going on?
You had come somewhat recommended by... Well, I suppose they don't appear to be especially reputable sources now.
Are you interested in exploring these rifts?
Rifts? Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I kid. Yes, I understand. Noah pointed me in this direction.
Very well. And if we are able to ask for additional payment other than what's promised on the flyer, I would like to request status for my family.
I'm sure that you understand that such things require, well, works.
And that's
Should
what I
you
would...
succeed, then there is no issue with this.
Excellent.
Grayson's eyes darken a little bit. Father, if they succeed with me, they will be granted nobility. Their
If they
families will be
succeed,
taken care of.
if they succeed, they shall be granted their due. For the matter of the quality of their success. Merely coming back alive with a bag of bones is perhaps not worthy of a noble title. But I am sure that those you are seeking will not be in such dire straits.
You anticipate lots of bags of bones from this adventure.
It is not uncommon for adventures to lead to tragedy.
Do you need us to collect bones?
To collect the personal effects and, of course, remains of any of our citizenry who happen to have fallen would be appreciated.
So you have like
Then-
a thing for bones.
Not especially, no.
Bones aren't important.
Let's not put a pin in those bones. We'll make sure we get you your people's remains. So, the one request that we would have is a bag to carry your stuff, because I only care about the glory of battle.
Glorious battle.
Well, I'm not much of a fighter. Personally, I hope there won't be much of that. Would we have weapons? Would our characters have weapons?
Yes, you should have added those from your basic equipment.
Right. Let's see.
I am the weapon.
Looks like I haven't, but I can do that now.
Now, what is summoner base equipment?
I don't think, if I remember correctly, Pathfinder doesn't do starting equipment the same way as 5e does. So much as they just give you starting gold and you know what things that you are able to wield, and you just kind of have to deal with that.
Alright.
I don't think I got starting gold.
That looks like
It should be 15 gold.
I'm good.
Oh yeah, 15 gold. Yeah, 15 gold.
I fear heavily what the chat is saying right now.
It's quiet right now.
yeah.
Just 180
Okay.
people watching and quiet chat.
It's not bad.
Yeah, but it looks like I don't get armor or weapon to be trained in anyway, so I'm good.
You're basically a wizard.
Yep.
He says to the person who probably is a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Indeed.
You're a wizard, zip zap zop.
Zip zickety zookle.
Zip Zap Zop is my brother.
He is clearly Zilliaziki Zoro.
That's right.
Well then, Father, I will be some kind of container to be able to hold what we need to retrieve or any kind of belongings that would be important to the kingdom would be appreciated.
As I've mentioned before, there are, of course, limitations to the power of anything that approaches the portal. I can present you with a carriage device. However, it will not be one of our more effective ones.
Of course it won't.
Do understand that this is for the mission.
Of course, Father. I would expect nothing less.
The bag of holding that you will receive will be filled with the majority of your supplies. Naturally, those supplies that are meant for your magical endeavors will come in its own separate package for the individuals in question.
Yeah, I think that's about all I can ask for.
There will be a bit of time before the portal is ready for anyone to enter it. If you would like, you may speak to some of our more martial servants, and they will be able to tell you more about the surroundings and the goblinoid host. Should you wish to attempt to secure the portal before it is ready to open. Otherwise, please, rest your heads, and if necessary, go back to your homes, spend time with your families. It will be another 3 days before the portal will be anywhere near ready to open.
Thank you,
Thanks.
Your Majesty.
Rox
Yeah.
walks off the stairs, turns around, bows. Thank you, Your Radiance. And walks away.
Just a casual wave and nod, and then also leave.
I walk off the map.
May the sacred flame guide you.
May your heart be burning with her mercy.
And yours with her fury.
With her furries.
With her furries.
We put them to good use.
You can hear the yiffing from here.
I was trying so hard not to say that their fervor has been put to excellent use in the Yif mines, but thanks for that.
Oh.
Oh well.
I don't believe anyone needs a grown ass man's ooh voice, but
Got it anyway.
Fill it with fire, please.
The moment that we leave the palace, I immediately kind of just slump over a little bit.
Things a bit tense between you and the old man.
Yeah, my mother and father don't particularly approve of my lifestyle, as it were.
Black sheep of the family? Black bird?
Exactly.
Daddy issues.
They want to keep trying to marry me, and I'm the not exactly the marrying type. Not in that sense, anyway.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, who needs anyone?
You're not into the ladies that they choose out for you?
Exactly.
So are you,
Good.
what, next in line, or I
Oh,
don't pay
no.
much attention to
No.
politics?
I am. The likelihood of me becoming ruler would be catastrophic and very unlikely. I am 7th in line.
Well, that's something, I guess.
But I must always
Only
be
6
prepared.
siblings to go.
Exactly. I don't feel like they've tried to train me and make sure that I'm of still proper upbringing and
Do you think you'd be able to produce an heir? If it came down the line to you?
I don't think that would be possible with my proclivities.
Oh no. How mysterious.
Well, seeing as we just met, maybe we shouldn't be too nosy.
It's alright, I just don't like speaking too loud around. I'm an open book, just not too close to where the walls may have ears. My father and I get along actually fairly well. It's my mother that really doesn't see eye to eye with me.
Well, you have my sympathies for what it's worth, and my silence. I'm not the type to go around gossiping, especially about your people, royals.
Okay, Vicky.
It is appreciated, and for what it's worth, he takes off a gem of one of the gems on his crown. He goes, "It didn't escape me what you said, and I don't know what it's worth. It was just kind of granted to me, and I don't know what you will be able to get for it. But here, the wealth doesn't mean anything to me."
I appreciate the gesture, but I'm not much for charity, and neither's my family. I'd rather earn things.
Fair enough. I am more of the kind of person who tries to help out those who need it. I'm not the kind of royal who keeps my money to myself.
Well, if that's true, then you can do everyone a favor and instead donate the gem to some charity that you wish.
Like the Church of the Sacred Flame.
He takes off the diadem and kind of hands it to you. I would have no idea where to even begin to give that to.
To Zilly or Paige?
Paige,
The
the person who will not shut
Yeah,
up
for
about
sure,
the Church of the
probably.
Sacred Flame.
Yeah, like for sure, probably Paige.
What do we know about the church? Are they the type that has a lot of money, or do they rely on donations?
Define we.
Well, I guess Zilly in particular.
In that case, let us have you do a skill check.
All right.
Those are always fun. We are going to have Zilly do a. I'll leave it up to you. Religion or society, or academia, actually.
Okay. Yep. Academia it is. 13.
The Church of the Sacred Flame, rather, the Order of the Sacred Flame, is perhaps the largest religious faction in the entire kingdom.
Mhm.
You personally are not too invested in religion, so you don't know too much about their finances, but you do know that when it comes to any and practically all of the major religious or festival events in the city, they are the ones who are in charge of these things. It would stand to reason that they have rather hefty coffers to dig into, that they wouldn't necessarily need any kind of donation, though naturally as a church they would accept it nonetheless.
All right. Well, do they do a lot of charity?
They themselves do a decent amount of charity. Largely, though, their works are focused on most of what you might imagine their money goes to is the Order of Inquisitors.
And what's the order of
We keep the
Inquisitors?
city safe. We keep the city safe from all types of heresy and
That.
any heretical
He
gatherings
kind of
and
takes
groups.
the diadem back and just puts it back on his head.
Rock slinks off into an alleyway.
Zilly wasn't going to say anything. But, yeah, not going to blame the prince for any ignorance on his part.
We keep the city pure.
Mhm. What constitutes as pure? I'm not exactly a church-going person myself. Too busy with school, you know.
Well, all you need to be pure is, find truth in the holy flame and honor all of its tenets every day. And maybe a prayer once in a while wouldn't hurt you.
Mm-hmm. And remind me of those tenets.
Not knowing the tenets is technically a heretical act.
Oh,
Not knowing the rules of our religion is a sin.
just curious about how much you know as someone who's such an outspoken member. Sometimes people who claim to be knowledgeable of certain matters aren't that knowledgeable. Should I roll? Is there like a deception thing on here? Yeah. Should I roll that?
If you would like to, you can kind of try to trick her into it.
Oh, 7.
All right, I'm going to need you, Paige, to roll. We'll call it diplomacy.
Okay. Diplomacy. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you see through his nonsense. He's just trying to trick you into accepting his heresy. How
Yeah.
could you not
Not
understand your own laws?
Yeah, not tricking into accepting heresy exactly, but more like trying to brush off the ignorance. Well, I guess maybe in your eyes that would be heresy, so never mind.
It depends on whether or not they believe ignorance is a sin.
I really
considering
want to
it-
stealth away from this conversation.
But no.
I'll just
We'll
come
just say-
personal.
Okay, I was gonna say we could just say
it's like,
you know what they are.
Of course, you know your tenants. But if you if you need me to go over them sometime over a nice lunch or something, I'm sure we can do that.
Oh, I'm busy that day.
I'm busy that day.
On the holy day. Surely you aren't working today.
Would there be classes on holidays?
For sure.
Probably classes and stuff, you know.
Learning about the sacred flame isn't working. It's enlightenment.
Right. How does your church feel about magic from people who aren't part of the church?
Well, obviously,
wouldn't.
if you're
I was gonna say you would know that your church doesn't consider those who use magic, they don't consider clerical magic as magic as much as they consider them minor miracles. So they don't like magicians or wizards or that much. They acknowledge their existence, but they don't like them per se.
Yeah, it's pretty much magic is the sacred flame, kind of in their belief. So anyone who uses magic kind of outside of it, it's kind of at least an apostate, and thought to be they need to be enlightened.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see.
It's not quite an aggressive order yet, I don't think. Maybe a little bit aggressive.
I mean, if they're burning people.
They don't necessarily do that so much as that's a page thing.
That's more of a me thing. I'm in a secret. I'm in the higher ups where they do dirty things.
No.
And I like how not all Catholics are child diddlers or whatever, but some
Wow,
people
we just
burn
went straight
people.
All
for it.
right. Well, assuming my character doesn't know that. Although, how cause he... Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
How cause he did Paige seem to be with the king? Did they know each other personally?
It did not appear as if Paige knew the king on a personal basis, so much as the king may have met before, but it wasn't as if they are close as individuals.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think the king's super religious, but he might have come in on our equivalent of Christmas or something.
Yeah, he said all the right words and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he
He
said
knows
all-
all the right words to not have to deal with the church people going too hard.
All right.
hmm
Well-
But we're okay with them right now.
All right, noted that. But I guess maybe if we're going to be part of the same circle for a while, maybe you can educate me then. But I must be going now.
May the sacred flame guide you.
Yeah. Uh huh. All right. Casual wave and hurries away.
Uses X excuse to get out of this uncomfortable conversation.
Oh, freaking Grox and I disappeared down a alleyway while you guys were having that conversation.
People always seem to scatter from me in search of the light, I suppose.
Scattered like ashes in the wind.
Mhm. I'm from the Great Holy Flame, of course. Okay, I'm gonna head back to the church,
Sure.
wherever that is.
Not knowing that is a sin, Paige.
Not knowing where the church is a sin, Avi.
You must burn your left toe now.
I'm pretty much gonna be like a pagan heretic to you then, because I do not believe in gods.
Yeah,
I don't believe in God, but I also don't believe in churches. Like the buildings themselves, those are just like really unfortunately.
It's just a building.
These are really unfortunately renovated buildings, houses, you know.
Are we in a world where there are like multiple gods and they're proven to exist, or at least most people know they do?
So you know how like in Star Wars, Jedi are like very clearly a thing, and yet some people can like openly say I don't believe in space wizards. It's kind of like that, where it's like there are very clearly evidence of gods doing things, but they don't like descend.
Mm-hmm.
So from an academic standpoint, the difference between a god and a uber class wizard is perhaps academic.
Okay.
I mean, to Grox, it's just things he hasn't beaten up yet.
So now I need to decide if Zeliziki Zoro is an atheist or not. I imagine as a wizard and a diviner, he might. Yeah, he probably believes like the sacred flame is a thing, but he wouldn't be religious, and I imagine his family wouldn't either. All right, there's that then.
Sure.
Interesting.
He recognizes the utility of gods. He just doesn't necessarily ask them for shit.
Yeah, they don't give me my magic, so I don't care.
Fair enough.
I mean, if you put it that way, it's like, oh, what are you really giving me?
Yeah.
I can see you're there, but you don't do anything for me, so I'm not doing anything for you.
Pretty much.
More like an
Listen.
annoying neighbor.
But yes, it seems that all of you do begin to break up and go in your various directions. Tell me, Prince, where are you heading?
Actually, I'm just kind of wandering around for a bit. I do like keep my cloak up, like my hood up, to not really gather too much attention for myself. I do kind of look around for like anybody who does seem to be like any kind of ne'er-do-wells or anything like that that happens to be going on, like actively searching for like anything that I can vigilante justice around or anything like that.
Okay. Then we're going to ask you to make a darn you game not having a just nice and simple perception skill.
They do.
Initiative perception and normal perception. It's under attributes for some reason. Yeah, go ahead.
They have perception, just bloop. Bloop. 19.
With a 19, you see this young, seemingly teenaged, handsome human rogue dashing down the street singing about how he needs to steal to eat.
He's like Aladdin.
I feel him.
Yeah.
I understand him. Is he being chased by anybody?
He's being chased by several of the city guards.
Does he
They're
have a small
doing.
monkey on his shoulder?
He does not have a small monkey on his shoulder. However, there is a small monkey around the corner that's working as lookout. As this young, handsome thief human begins to lead these guards on a merry little chase. Unfortunately, a sword swallower has had a sword ripped out of his neck. A man who was walking on a bed of nails has unfortunately had a very heavy guard fall on him and is no longer alive. And one guy just got an apple stolen from his cart, and he's just not sure how to handle it.
I am going to, because I know the guards have more hit points than 1d4. I'm going to just kind of try and take out. I'm going to try and just like the fastest guard. I'm going to cast chill touch on to try and slow him down from the thief.
Sure. Feel free to cast your spell and. Alright. Yada yada yada.
Because I know it won't kill him. Knowing them like I do.
The guard manages to pass the save impressively. And he does get slowed down. He feels the magic around him and just stops and starts looking, starts darting his eyes back and forth, attempting to find out where perhaps this person that cast magic on him is, if this young thief has perhaps benefactors or partners in crime that they did not previously know about.
Alright, stealth away. Another 19.
Gadget stealth.
A lot of 19s today. Who's Gadget? Is Gadget nice?
Hmm?
She said Gadget stop.
I didn't say anything about Gadget stop.
Not you, her.
And she said Ronan
I
stop.
have to use the
I was talking about
restroom.
my
I'll
wife.
be right back.
The guard who you have attacked sees you flee down an alleyway. No! He's got an ally! Follow him! Follow them both! And the guards, there were originally 4, and now 2 of them are following not Aladdin, and 2 of them are following you. You are moving very swiftly down an alleyway, trying to duck and dodge, hide as best you can. But the guards do seem to have, at very least, a very solid grasp on the district that they are in charge of, which is always nice. How will you try to get away? Please tell me I wasn't muted that whole time.
No,
No,
you're good.
You're good. At any point, could I help to intervene in his escape? If I've
Depends.
just been wandering around the bazaar and area.
If you believe that you are close enough, you could attempt to. Do note that there's always a chance that you will end up being caught as well, and they'll start going after you.
This is true.
But there's nothing stopping you.
I'm gonna wait to see what he does before I do anything. But I was just openly asking that, so I knew.
Yes, of course.
Earth to CJ.
I believe he might have just said that he was talking to his wife, and I only just caught on.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just being really quiet, hiding from the guards.
It is entirely possible.
I mean, you can be entirely silent while you're running if you want.
Entirely, maybe not, but silent while running, yes.
Mm-mm.
Um,
It's not going to do any good if they're right behind you. If we don't hear anything soon, I would think I would be within some of the same areas as him because he and I wandered off away from the conversation and pretty much was just generally hanging around the same area as him. I do think there'd be potential for me to be nearby to have seen this happen. So if at all possible, I'd like to call upon like some of my performance and attempt to like play fall to trip them up so to slow them down so they can round a corner and disappear.
That's so cool.
I'm back.
You're not just with that man.
I had the idea.
He's falling. I hope he's not too badly injured. Wait, is it on?
We're kind of on a pause, so
Oh, okay. Awesome.
yeah.
Sorry,
If-
I just went to go get some water, so I wasn't sure what happened.
Yep, no worries. Next, this is
My internet is popping on and off for no reason. We aren't even at the worst part of the heat wave for today, so like shouldn't be this bad. And for completely and in case anyone was curious, my fat ass burrito has yet to arrive, and I'm getting antsy.
Yeah.
heresy.
Yeah, I got a pizza earlier today, and then like when my roommates grabbed it, then they just didn't even tell me. So it got cold now. So sad.
Oof.
So while your Wi-Fi was blinking out on you, if CJ doesn't get back to us soon, I will attempt to do a play fall to trip them up to distract them so he can round a corner and escape. Because I am somewhat of a performer.
So we're doing this like soccer style, where you're just gonna like horribly
Yeah,
like
you're just-
over exaggerate how much you're hurting yourself when you just tripped, or is this just like a trip and then just happen to land in their way, slowing them down type thing?
It's like
Just
take it down,
trip
take it
and
down.
happen to land in their way, but kind of trip and then keep moving so I can regain my balance if I can.
Okay, so we're not doing the
Consonant,
insurance fraud
yeah.
special.
No, I don't. I do not want to do the insurance fraud special. Not at this time. We need a carriage first.
Of course. You need a
Um,
carriage, and you also need like a lookout. You need
is there
like, at least
carriage
two people.
insurance in this world?
Not in this world. Conveniently, there are two worlds.
We'll have to find out about the other one. See if we can pull off a carriage insurance fraud. But what would you like me to roll in this situation? Acrobatics, athletics.
It's definitely gonna have to be deception. Falling is not that hard, no matter who you are. But convincingly falling, now that's a skill.
All right.
Alright, now can I be heard?
Yes,
Okay. Dad emergency, sorry about that.
Oh,
happens to the best of us, and also you.
Oh.
There was an upset Munchkin who could only be calmed down by daddy time.
As one does. But yes, you may continue attempting to appease the, or apologies, to throw off the scent from your liege lord, prince.
Oh, from the guards. Um,
I'm gonna have to throw on something rather appropriate.
pen? I got a pen. You're welcome. Um...
But yeah, make that roll for me. I just got back in.
Alright,
That's 10, you said? Okay.
10 for my deception playfall roll to trip them.
Yeah. We're just gonna have them roll right there. Yeah, you can play fall right in front of them, get in their face, but they're going to start feeling suspicious about you two. One of them breaks off to follow after you. The other one continues after the prince. So now there's only one person after Grayson, one is after Grox, and two are after Not Aladdin.
Alright, I'm going to try and parkour my way up to the rooftops. I'm not trained in acrobatics, so this might suck.
Acrobatics or athletics to get up there.
Athletics. At least I'm trained in it. It's not much better, but 13.
13's enough to climb up.
And then while I'm up there, I'm gonna... Do I have talons? I forget. Am I the kind of Strix that has talons?
I mean, you are a bird.
Yeah, but only certain Strix have talons that can do anything. Actually, I'd just like to run across the roof that I'm on and just kind of...
Yeah, you start climbing up to the rooftops. The guard tries to follow after you, but unfortunately he, in his haste, doesn't manage to make the jump and just runs straight into the building. You are able to get away as this poor bastard face plants into the side of a very sturdy wall.
I'm then just gonna run to the other side of the building and then just jump off of it, since I can't take fall damage.
Yeah, excellent. You are certainly able to do so with little issue. From there, though, we're going to jump back to Grox, as you are now being pursued by your own guard.
At this point, Grox is pretty much just going to keep, running through, at least through an alley into the open bazaar, actually. And then he's going to turn around and rush at the guard and perform a trick.
What is your goal here?
Is to trip him and then keep moving.
Oh, trip. I thought you said trick.
Trip, as in the... Yeah, I can understand why you heard it. I'll perform the action trip.
All right, go for it. All right.
I am a cursed roller.
Clearly. I think it's rather simple for... Let me check what his reflex save is, but I'm quite sure... Alright, so he has a +3, so I guess I just gotta roll this right quick. Yeah, you attempt to trip him, he kicks your foot up and knocks you on the ground instead. Who are you?
I don't know. I tripped in the alleyway, and then you started chasing me. I didn't know why you were chasing me, so I wanted you to stop.
Oh, I've seen it. You're working with the thieves.
Thieves?
God.
You're here to disrupt the peace of our fair city.
I was contracted by your king to do job work?
Oh, show me the royal seal.
Did the king even give us anything like that?
The king has not given you a damn thing yet.
Yeah.
He basically just said, come back later and we can inform you of your various options, but for today, go take a nap or something. So you are here basically in the exact same condition you went to the palace.
Yeah. On my butt.
You've been like that a lot today.
I'm a cursed roller. I don't know what to tell you.
Sounds like you should become a DM. You've got the right dice. You got the right dice for it.
Can I try and sneak up behind him and shove him?
This is a different guard who went off in a different direction, so I'm going to say that you can't.
Okay.
But you do have the opportunity to do something else yourself, Grox.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think. Try to do that necessarily right now. Listen. I come here, I perform in this square, I lose to Yaskier all the time, they give me flyer to go to see King, to go through this stupid portal. He's trying to persuade him of what he's actually here for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can try.
Because he's not actually trying to, like, deceive him or anything, but he is at least trying to play up a little bit of his performance through how he presents himself. Because he is an orc and people perceive him to be generally stupid. I'm cursed.
Alright. Let's see if
Roll
he
it on
sees
the
through your BS.
Oh,
You're coming with me.
it wasn't BS.
He grabs you off the ground and has begun to frog march you towards perhaps their little jail area. On to, let us say, he whose name cannot be pronounced. Zilizikizoro.
That's me.
Oh, come the hell on, I've got good ping, 3 bars.
So is Grox going to jail right now?
Probably.
No.
I mean, I'm trying to do everything to not like swing on the card and get into a fight.
So I'd like to imagine that my character is kind of like, they don't know Grox that well, but they know that like there's super like, you know, that they're coming on our mission with us. So I'm just kind of like on my way back to the church. I've just kind of observed that Grox is like kind of being like taken into custody by this officer.
Oh.
And I'm for the moment being, I'm just going to observe, because I don't want to start any like violence with the town guard, since we're in good. They're in good with the church and everything, and they pay their dues. But if it comes to a situation where Grox gets in custody, I might try to persuade them, you know, that he's important to the religious task I've been sent on. But for now, we'll wait and see.
Oh, fingers crossed. Alright, so would the college have dormitories? Uh-oh. Oh, we lost him.
It would not be one of our streams without technical difficulties in some measure.
Exactly. He's going to restart his laptop. I have an upset baby.
Teach me to help CJ. It just starts. He has curse rolls tonight. I help him. My curse rolls immediately start up at the highest level, almost at their highest level. Praying that one comes soon and on something perfect.
It's so funny.
Oh no.
Go to grapple the guard. That one.
I love
Give
the
him a
idea,
hug.
you coming to help him by just jumping on the floor and just like going crazy.
I pretty much like just like that trip and tumble, just to try to like.
See, what you get for trying to help me. I had it all under control.
But we're a team now.
And you have to remember, Grox just likes fighting, but sometimes he also realizes he doesn't have to fight people with fists.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
I just want an opportunity to use my spell Bullhorn.
What's that?
Be a hype man.
It literally just makes my voice a bullhorn. Magnify your voice to be heard at great distances.
I expect you to pull a Chad with that mega horn.
Like
You
I
do.
wanna, I can't wait.
For a Masumas level type of thing.
At 7th level, I can be heard a mile away.
Despite the volume, this doesn't make your voice jarring or distracting. That sounds distracting.
You're right.
Yeah, no, it's just like, oh, it's just my schizophrenia acting up again. Oh no.
Yeah, just this person I heard 500 feet away.
I imagine like your local town bullhorn user would just be so fucking annoying. Since it's like, you know, in like a normal like dated 9 to 5 situation, there'd be no reason to use that.
Yeah, right.
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Exactly.
Just fight their way to 7th level just to be able to be heard a mile away.
Yeah, I imagine like you know, there'd be like laws against using that because it'd be like in-head advertising.
Oh, most assuredly. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior, the Sacred Flame?
Oh, God.
The Sacred Flame graces you today. It's like, no, bullhorn user. I've seen you around town.
I picked that spell and then I picked another weird spell just to give people. Like I picked the weirdest spells.
Like you're not the Sacred Flame. I've seen you around town. Oh no.
What other word spells did you choose?
Infectious enthusiasm. With enchanted gusto, you encourage yourself to get things done and share your motivation with your allies. You gain a +1 status bonus to your choice of an attack roll, will save, or charisma-based skill checks. During your spell's duration, an ally who observed you casting the spell and was within 30 feet of you when you did so can take a single action, which has the concentrate trait, which is hard to say together, and to gain the same bonus that you chose until the start of its next turn.
CrossFit spell?
So it's kind of like the help action from D&D, just as a spell.
Yeah, it will like inspire us to like set up a bar together.
Yeah, pretty
I
much.
can't tell if that's like the CrossFit spell or like the Adderall spell.
Using this spell to influence someone in a social situation is typically considered a faux pas regarding the benefit of a charisma-based skill. If the
So that is the CrossFit spell.
if the subject of the check observed you casting the spell. I love how stupid and useless prestidigitation is in 2e.
Sorry about that. Still not entirely sure what's going on with my internet. My fucking burrito's still not here.
However,
But
I do
25
love
minutes.
Because of the burrito.
exchange image. Basically, like, if I succeed on the skill check, like, I can just transfer, like, I can swap my image with somebody else's. If they fail,
Oh, that is pretty cool.
If they fail significantly, I can do it for up to 24 hours.
One time I ordered a breakfast burrito on DoorDash and it didn't come until 9 o'clock the next morning. Even though it was like 2 p.m. that day.
That's
And
a lot.
it didn't tell me it was like the next day order. They had just like closed.
So did they just show up with your burrito?
They just showed up with my burrito the next day. It was like a breakfast taco, I mean.
Uh-oh. Alright, I'll be the GM now. Oh, never mind. Hello.
It just happened when there's nothing even start happening. Like, it's just the internet's decided to say fuck you today. Zilly Zikazo Zygote.
That's my uncle.
No, Bob's your uncle.
Bob's my aunt.
Oh. Sorry, I meant Bobbity Bibbity Bobbity Boo is your uncle.
That's him. Alright, so would the college have dormitories?
Almost certainly. They're even reasonably priced as long as you're a student worker.
Does your college support the war effort?
The war is over. It did. It mostly sent students there. It was extra credit. And early graduation possibilities.
That's so nice that the war is over. I'm sure the church takes claim for it.
Oh, absolutely.
We hated in all the peace talks.
Alright, so I imagine that I probably would be a student worker. What jobs would they have?
How dangerous do you want the job to be?
Thinker, not a fighter. So minimal, but decently paid, I guess.
Great. You work in the library.
Okay, well,
it's incredibly dangerous as long as you. It's not dangerous unless you don't know what you're doing. In which case, it's incredibly dangerous, and several people have died.
Okay. I guess I hopefully would know what I'm doing then.
We all hope.
I got the proficiency in the academia lore, if that matters.
It's very useful, but only if you're actually looking for something related to academia.
All right. Well, I guess just that. What time of day would it be right now?
It's winding down, so perhaps early evening, maybe 5 to 7 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Well, here's actually what I should do. Swing by home. Family is pretty large, living with mother, father, grandmother, two brothers, and a sister.
You got the entire clan.
Yep.
Is there a reason why your entire house looks like a shoe?
A shoe, because they didn't know what to do. I'm not sure how that nursery rhyme goes.
Neither am I. I just thought it would be funny to say.
Is it the shoemakers? Is it gnomes or elves?
Homosexuality.
Okay. But yeah, actually, let's say that it's kind of like, oh god, what's that movie where they're all like learn to make shoes and stuff? I think it's Disney.
Did it have Adam Sandler in it?
No. It's a musical about like the Day of the Dead.
Oh, Coco.
Yeah, that's it. And
the family's business is being cobblers.
Yep. All right, so just so you don't have to like have a name and personality for everyone. Just basically that they kind of share Zilly's belief, and just stopping by there.
What have got done for me lately? That belief?
Well, that, and they're not a fan of the royal family. They think that it's rather a position of privilege, and that they don't do as much as they should for the common person. Whether or not that may not be true, I don't know. And they are hard workers. Not too keen on charity, but they would accept it if desperately needed. They're not impoverished, but they are on the bleeding edge of poor. And Zilly is going to wizard school to get a decent job to take care of them.
He's the one that made it.
Yeah. I mean, whether or not that's also a position of privilege, because he's a wizard and was kind of like with his magic stuff. I guess that's sorceress. That's born with it. Never mind. Okay, but yeah, stopping by and letting him know about the flyer and the job that he took on.
But yes, I'm trying not to say abuela, because I don't know enough Spanish to continue that. But the matriarch of the household, her name is just Pam.
Okay.
She has a rule that no one is allowed to give big news to the family except over family dinner.
Okay.
No deaths, like no funerals, no marriages, no new pets. If it's big news, then it's over family dinner, so everyone can enjoy it or work through it together.
All right. Sounds good.
Which means you've got a little bit of time until you're able to spill the beans, as it were. So, you can help cook, you can speak to one of the members of your family, you can see who has attempted to break through the traps you laid in your room, so, trying to pick at your magic books and whatnot. Whatever you'd like to do with this household whilst you have a little bit of time.
All right. Oh, and I did mention before that the grandmother would be a wizard, and that's her spell book that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I guess
You may hear knocking at your door. A loud knocking.
Oh no. That's ominous. Okay. No, first things first, I guess. Yeah, just go to my room and see if anyone's been nosing around.
Okay, sure. Let me check
knocking.
something.
Everly increases in volume. Sounds urgent.
Ooh. I'm sure someone else will get it.
Absolutely. That's the point of family, to do the things you don't want to.
Yep.
I'm going to ask you to make a perception check.
Sure. Perception. Is there a perception check on here? I don't.
It's under attributes.
Ah. All right. I might be blind. Where the heck is attributes?
Click your token and then
There we go.
attributes. You found it?
It's not letting me click it. I think you need to take away that thing.
Which thing?
The thing that highlighted it.
Okay. How about now?
We've come to remind you to light your holy flame.
So solicitous.
Alright, I'll just roll a d20. Alright, 8. And if it's a wisdom modifier, I get a +2. I'm not proficient, so 10.
Some things have definitely been moved around in your room. With like 5 little siblings, little siblings and little nieces and nephews, it was a fact that someone's going to try. But it's not immediately clear what exactly has been moved.
Not even gonna bother. Alright, so from there, I guess I'll help with cooking if that's needed.
Oh, it's never necessary, but they appreciate it. And they also shame you if you don't at least try.
Alright. I don't know how good my cooking would be, but yeah. They'll throw me out if it's not that great, I guess.
Roll crafting for me.
Oh, I am proficient in that. Alright. 13.
Them dice today, am I right?
Yeah, not too bad, but yeah.
You are doing an admirable job cutting up potatoes and dicing onions. All of the hard labor of cooking is done by those professionals, but you are definitely being a hand around.
Mm-hmm.
Your family buzzes around, flitting to and fro, asking, how your time has been, if you're learning anything new, if you've got a partner, if your partner is smart like you, if you have friends that you're going to bring around, if you have friends that you don't want to bring around, if you have spells that you're allowed to use in the house, and why haven't you been using them to make the cooking easier?
Okay. Is this a thing where you can only cast spells or do magic under the appropriate authority?
No, this isn't the Harry Potter government.
Oh. Well, I'm going to wizard school. I don't know.
Heretical magic using may be forbidden, of course.
Well, in that case, prestidigitation can do a hand with that, I think. Where did it go?
To be clear, as far as using magic outside the bounds of the school go, it's mostly a matter of if you burn something down, it's entirely on your head. And so if you cause too much of an incident, you could lose your scholarship, you could lose your tuition, and they could potentially bar you from any magical school in the land, and possibly on the continent, depending on how bad the incident is. So people err on the side of caution, but it's not against the law to use magic.
Alright, I'll stick with the cantrips then. I'm not going to use burning hands to cook a roast. Alright, then sure. So I'll say, for the last time, I'm too busy to have a partner or make too many friends. I did meet some interesting people, but I'll talk about that over dinner, and if you insist, I can try to use some of my magic for cooking, though I'm only an apprentice. It might not be that great.
You never talk about your time at school. You just say I'm busy, or I was working in the library, or the book ate the book ate my classmate.
Well, I mean, all right. I learned how to move things with my mind.
Like big things, or like a pencil?
Like things that have one bulk or less, whatever that means.
So it's kind of like clerical magic, or like accounting magic. I heard there's this spell called Unseen Accountant. When are you going to learn that? When are you going to do the family's finances?
Haven't learned that spell yet. I suppose if you want me to do something showier, I'll try to do... Oh wait, I don't have that prepared.
Yes, the ever-present problem of being a wizard. I know all of the spells, except the ones I don't know today.
Yeah. Oh, no, I do have Produce Flame prepared. Alright. Well, the thing is on... I don't know how to prepare things on this character sheet, but I do on the Path Builder. I have that, so I'm looking at that one.
Mm.
Alright, so I'll try to do Produce Flame on the oven to light it.
Okay, go ahead.
Alright. Do I need to roll?
No. I was just I was waiting for you to describe how you're doing it.
Alright. So, hand... it's somatic. So yeah, waving hands and muttering something, and a flame appears in my hand with a purplish tinge, and throw it in the oven.
Sure.
Well, how's that?
It's cold. You gotta...
The fire?
Listen. Yeah, I mean, it's not cold, but like, to make the roast the way we do it in the household, you gotta pump it up.
It could be hotter.
Well,
it could be hotter. That's all I'm saying.
It must be hotter.
It was nice, pretty hand. I noticed that hand didn't have a ring on it either. But it's fine. Just
Well, do you want me to learn or date?
Yes.
Maybe after graduation. Maybe.
All right. I'll stop busting your chops. I'm just saying that you're a real handsome young man, and there are so many fish in the sea out there. All of the guys, gals, and non-binary pals that you could, just bring into the orbit of the family. One smart head is great, but two smart heads, you never know. You said that you don't even have time for friends. I'm just saying maybe you need something to do to relax.
Well, that's what reading's for.
Mm-hmm. And what was the name of that last book you read? Not for school.
Sarah of Yellowcrest Manor.
Oh, yeah. What was that about?
Oh, it was about this girl who was a servant at Yellowcrest, and I think she got sacrificed by Lord Yellowcrest.
That's not one of those bodice rippers, is it?
Oh no, it's nonfiction.
Wow. They just let you read that? I thought that was were those kind of restricted books, what with the ritual sacrifice and everything.
Oh, it was on loan for Candlekeep, I believe.
Makes sense. And you have a few more inconsequential conversations. They let off about your off-time activities, and while it is just the teensiest bit frustrating, you do recognize that it's all with love. Soon it's time for dinner, and unfortunately, the sound of knocking at the door hasn't really abated.
We've come to see if you've lit the holy flame to warm your hearts and homes on this holy day.
Someone
Are you
opens
just
the door.
yelling that?
Yeah, someone opens your door,
It
and
is
you just kind of
it is
like
the
look
holy
at.
day after all. There is a check to see if you've lit the holy flame today in your home.
There's like a special candle, and you didn't light it.
Oh, not my responsibility.
You did just get home.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So who answered?
We'll say that it was one of your younger siblings, and they just said they're not allowed to answer for solicitors, and they closed the door back.
We'll be back next holy day to see if you've changed your mind. It is mandatory for salvation.
Alright, so I'll ask then. Who was it?
It was this lady. She was a bird, but wasn't a bird. Sharp claws, pretty. She said something about fire and holy, and that she'll be back.
And?
I told her we're not accepting solicitors.
Well, out of curiosity, open the door and peek to see who's there.
Oh, you've returned. Have you lit your
Yeah.
holy flame today?
She's apparently still been standing there. Didn't actually go anywhere.
Returned? What do you mean? This is my home. Where else would I go?
Oh, we come every day.
I guess I must have missed you. What do
You folks don't seem to answer your doors on the holy day, and we don't see you in church.
Uh-huh. What do you want?
I've come to give you a candle of the sacred flame.
Oh,
You light it every week on this holy day.
what's it do?
Well, it lets you feel the warmth of the sacred flame, and you'll feel an imbuement of enlightenment.
Okay. I guess I have tests coming up.
Oh, tests. Tests, I see.
Yeah.
You might want to see a doctor about that. I'm sure they can give you something.
Huh. Do you have holy herbs that you smoke?
Of course.
Uh,
We can mix you up a brew. It's a nice chameleon meal tea.
sure.
You'll be able to blend in while you observe your fellow students' tasks.
All right. Guess I'll take your candle and your herbs.
Of course. Blessings to you, new family. I hope to see you at church next Holy Day.
I hope to see you. Sure.
Goodbye, brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Your little siblings look at you and you're just like, why did you answer that?
I was curious to see if that was the same person I met earlier, and it is. Do you want a candle?
What does it do?
I don't know, enlightenment or something.
What's it smell like?
What does it smell like?
Wax. It smells like wax. Almost extended. Expended campfire, and a little bit of weed.
Maybe I'll give it to Grandma instead.
For sure.
I actually need to make a quick phone call. Can we switch to someone else for a bit?
My fat ass burrito just arrived, so we can take 5.
Sounds good. Alright, back in a bit.
For sure. This was a good decision.
Damn.
I'm glad your burrito's here. I'm gonna go get a new snack.
Valid. Even if it took an extra hour to show up, it's a nice big fat burrito.
The burrito chunk is always good.
It's for feasting.
Like really fat and thick, but it's also really well held together. Like more so than you would expect a burrito to do. Because normally, like if you get a good burrito, that shit's falling apart from like the very first second you touch it.
Yeah.
But this one, it's just holding on admirably. And it's big enough that I can't even wrap my hand around it.
That's what she said.
Of course.
You just want to find the tallest building and just jump off of it.
This is not Assassin's Creed.
Is there any hay bales nearby?
I don't need to. I can't take fall damage. As long as I am conscious, I can't take fall damage. Ever.
Someone just has to throw a rock at your head while you're falling down and get knocked out. And then bam, splat.
I'd like to
You'll notice
debate.
your body's a parachute.
You aim for hay bales anyway, just to avoid the theoretical fall damage. Because your parents can't. Your parents might take fall damage.
Your parents will take the fall damage instead.
You were just taught in school that you shouldn't take fall damage, even though you know you can't take fall damage. It's societal.
It's like since level 1, I can just say nope. I just don't feel like taking fall damage. Pathfinder feats are great.
The Pathfinder hands feats out like candy.
It's just because that's how you build your character. You don't get class stuff, you just get feats.
Right, I'm back.
What about divination?
You get some class stuff, you just don't get a ton. That's how you flesh out your classes, through your feats.
That's nice. I like beats.
They help you
You
walk.
got 2 of them, so I hope you do.
$4.99 on OnlyFans. Beats.
You're selling cheap.
So many feats.
Sorry, banana pudding. One moment.
Yum.
So banana pudding and burrito? Jesus.
Banana. I want banana pudding.
Yeah. It's like a small thing of banana pudding. But the 2 things together, that's like basically a meal.
He's
It
just
was a
dipping his
Korean
burrito in
barbecue
banana
burrito.
pudding.
You say that's weird?
Yeah, you're weird.
Yeah,
Look, it was either
weird.
It was either the banana pudding or the red velvet Oreos, or the fried red velvet Oreos.
Those are both
Wait.
weird.
Where did you get this? It sounds so good.
Big ass burritos.
Big ass burritos?
That's the name of the restaurant.
Oh my god.
Bab
Where-
for short.
Which city do you live in? Is that LA?
No.
Oh, wait, I know that place.
So it is a franchise.
No. Dude, Dragon
Oh, you've just been in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. It's just good. Mind you, it was like $25 for the 2 things, but like, I'm really digging the Korean barbecue burrito.
Yeah, I want some Korean barbecue. I've never had it before, but I heard it's really, really good.
It's so good, dude.
Oh yeah, I used to work at a Japanese steakhouse, and one of the people there, one of the chefs, was like Korean, and so they would like cook up some really good barbecue, and then they would also bring like some kimchi from home.
Yum.
Mm.
I just ordered some Thai food.
God makes no mistakes.
God makes plenty of mistakes. It's just that we have to deal with them, not him.
He doesn't tell you about them though. Especially not in the sacred text.
Naturally. So yeah, let's get back to it whilst we have a little bit more time on the board. The family is gathered. Dinner has been arranged, set up on the tables. Everyone's in their proper spots, except for your uncle, CJ, who definitely was supposed to be there, but because he got into an argument with a certain person that they don't want to talk about right now, because they shortened his name.
Oh?
He's currently not. He's not going to be in tonight.
Well, sounds just like CJ. What's CJ short for?
Sirajephenol. His
That
name
sounds
sounds like
a chemical.
It does. He works at an apothecary. So they hired him because his name sounds like something they sell.
Ah, I see.
He just shelves, though. He doesn't do anything impressive.
So, what's for dinner? Is it burritos?
No. It's just a nice hearty stew.
Yum. All right. Well, I have some news.
Oh? What kind of news?
Well, killing 2 Strix with 1 stone. I am getting college credits and payment for a job I'm taking on.
That's great. That's great. You usually say that when that happens, it means you're doing something dangerous. Are you doing something dangerous?
Well, I don't know yet. It sounds like there's some potential of danger, but I've been hired by, well, the king, I suppose, to investigate some rifts that have been popping up and seeing what's going on. I'm going to be working with Prince Grayson, some zealot. I don't believe I got her name, as well as a few others.
Paige.
Right, but I don't think my character, got the name.
Of course.
Yep. And it's going to be happening in 3 days.
3 days? That's so soon.
Well, that's plenty of preparation time, I think.
You'll be taking care of yourself, yes?
Of course. I do know a few offensive and defensive spells.
Okay.
Will you be moving out to your college soon?
Yes.
That was an accident. Don't mind that.
Burns down from rage.
Well, how long will you be gone?
I don't know exactly. Perhaps a few days, perhaps a few weeks. But if, or I should say, when I'm successful and I discover something of import, which I'm sure I will, our family was promised by the king himself to have some status, so we wouldn't have to struggle as much.
You know how those kings do, though.
Well-
You make sure you get this all in writing.
Oh, I absolutely will. And I have plenty of witnesses. The prince among them, he doesn't seem to be too bad for royalty. And a member of the church saw. I don't know.
Was that crazy lady at the door?
Perhaps, yes.
She's still out there.
I don't know. I closed the door on her. Is there more knocking?
Hey, Paige, is there more
Sorry.
knocking?
No, I was just being a younger daughter.
She brought us this, by the way, and passed over the candle. to PM as well as the herbs. Says something about lighting them on holy days.
Well, I don't know that we'll have much. But for you, I guess.
Oh, I'm
we
not
could put it
asking
in-
that you do it.
Well, it's very nice looking. We can put it in the guest room.
Okay, sure. She said it's supposed to be at the window. I don't know if
my bad.
he's the type to hold a grudge. I don't know. But if they come around harassing us, we can just give them a taste of.
Yeah, I was just
Okay.
checking to make sure that you were lighting your holy flame.
Right. But it's not. It's my home, but it's not my house. So you can, if you want. I don't care.
Yeah, of course your holy flame is just gone out.
Who else is going on this mission with you?
Well, I don't know them very well, but the Prince Grayson is going to be, as well as that zealot. There was a orc who, or was he half orc? Seemed to be interesting. Who else there was? Who was he playing? Kellen?
80 type.
Hmm?
Prodigy was playing a rogue. Like dark backstory, shady clothes rogue.
Yeah, Kaido. And as well as some other person. Didn't really talk
he's
very
a
much.
DSM daddy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But that's everyone that I know of.
Remember, well, I suppose you have my blessing to go, but remember to read your spell book every night. Prepare
Yeah.
what spells you think you need at the beginning of the day.
I know.
And always leave one spell, if nothing else, for combat. You know that the world is never safe.
When in doubt, burning hands.
That's my boy.
Oh, so I don't know if for some reason you've ever been to the palace, but that whole entry hall and the throne room, it was almost
Detect magic?
happening. Yes, with magic. Still have a bit
Yes.
of headache.
My understanding is that the spell work there is meant intentionally to confuse those who try to sense with magic. It throws a lot of chaff. Many of the smaller artifacts in the room, and even some of the gold tiles on the floor, exist solely to amplify the effect of any magic's cast, to make it so that even the most minor.
Can you speak up, Grandma? No. I think she fell asleep in her chair again.
I love Grandma.
Hmm.
She's so distinguished in her chair.
Yeah. Well, I helped cook, so I don't need to help clean.
The dishes are so clean and pretty. Yay.
So, did you just invite yourself in and you're having dinner with everyone?
I'm just still watching through the window.
Great.
How's she
No,
experience
no,
his
no, no
family?
one else. No one else has answered the door today. And I know you're going on an adventure with me. Well, I mean, if you're inviting me in, I'd love to have some roast.
Oh, I assure you, no one's inviting you in.
I'll have to come back to the church. We need more pamphlets and candles. You
Hello?
took my own candle I had to give out today.
Right.
No clue why, but I just cannot maintain a decent connection.
No. Yeah. Having a meaningful connection is hard in this world.
I'm not even gonna try that one. Now,
Hmm.
do you need a hug, Sam?
No, I'm good. Alright, so Grandma, you're saying something about the royal palace letting pranks for people who try to detect magic?
Essentially, there's a lot of very small, incredibly magic reactive materials set out all around the throne room, meant so that people who try to sense magic that way um, basically get a bunch of chaff thrown in their face to the point where they go into sensory overload.
And well, I wonder why they would do that. Just mean?
It's supposed to be a defensive measure.
Well, they should put up signs or something.
It wouldn't be very defensive if people just knew about it. Oh my
Well,
god, that better actually be the sign of someone leaving and not my internet dying again.
that's Bardbot.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'm not crying. You can't tell. Sniffle, sniffle.
Oh, Bart.
Well, it looked like the statues were actually watching me, so I wanted to see if they were magical, and then it just got a magical migraine.
Oh, yes, they are.
How do you know?
I built them.
Really?
It was a long time ago, and it was an earlier project of mine. It's somewhat embarrassing.
That's... Wow, I had no idea.
Now, they don't do too much. They only attack intruders or people who say the wrong words.
Well, then please tell me what are the wrong words.
I'm not allowed to. It was one of the ways that I got out of the service for the crown. I'm still, of course, allowed to know these things, but sharing the information would count as a hole in security.
Alright, I'll trust you on that. Am I very likely to say these words?
You? No.
Okay.
Except maybe if you're mad.
Well, I don't plan on spending too much time there anyway. So, did you build them for the current king, Sagittarius?
No. I built them for their great great grandfather. It was when I was a younger person, but they had asked, and I was still working for the crown back then.
I see. Well, learn something new about you all the time. Did anyone else know, looking around the table?
The little kids don't seem to have known, but some of the older adults do. You can tell that there has when you say does anyone else know, there's actually a bit of almost like grumbling amongst some of the older generation, where you can almost tell what kind of arguments have been had about this kind of thing.
Well, as long as none of the other people seem to have known, I'm okay with it. Oh, I see. I'm surprised, honestly, Grandma. I didn't know that you had been so friendly with the crown.
Well, times change and people do as well. There was a time when I believed that they could do no wrong, but certain choices were made. They can't be undone, you see.
Hmm. Hmm. Maybe you'll have to tell me about that once I come back from my own mission.
Take care of yourself.
I will. Have your spell book. I'm sure it'll lead me through some sticky situations.
And you've been studying it?
Yes, of course, as much as I can. Between my school projects and work, you learn to hone my own talent.
There are some spells in there that may become in handy, but you'll need a bit more practice before you're ready for them.
Oh, I'm sure. I won't bite off more than I can chew. Say that taking a big bite of stew.
You say that while taking a big bite of stew while I'm over here eating a burrito. But I think with that, you guys are done with your little conversation. The rest of dinner passes by more or less harmlessly.
Mm.
And for you, the night passes about as well as it can. I think for the sake of me not going insane, we're going to call it there for today. Otherwise, I might actually start throwing things at my laptop or throwing my laptop at things if my internet dies again.
Oh.
Oh no.
Because I was so goddamn frustrated.
Yeah,
No,
one last.
I'd like
Yeah,
to
of
think
course.
Paige goes home like kind of invigorated that she finally was able to hand out one of her candles to the people that she's proselytizing to.
Nice. I was
She
going
is
to ask if Pam would have given Paige some stew.
Paige, when she got inside the house, because she was just like a little abandoned cat out there. She was definitely taken in by the family. The rest of the adults don't seem to like that she's proselytizing so much. But Granny has negative fucks to give and has just started handing out food with wild abandon because no one can tell Granny no.
Of course, Granny. You know, they've done some bad things in the past, but
Sounds about right.
I can't tell if you mean that Paige has done bad things or that Granny has done bad things.
oh no, the people that Granny's talking bad about, they've done so many bad things, but I'm sure they'll see the light of the sacred flame.
The answer is just yes.
And thank you for the stew, by the way. It's so hot and spicy.
Great.
Oh.
So, level 2, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Alright then, thank you so much everybody for hanging out with us tonight. I really appreciate it. Thank you Nexus for having this little roleplay session with us. Session 2 combat, here we go. If you want to buy stuff, remember any purchases done through geek-io.net/merch during the month of June, half the profits go to the Trevor Foundation, which is a foundation that helps support LGBT plus youth and suicide prevention. Half the profits go to them, and all through the month of June. And if you want to find out all the places that you can hang out with us, support the network and everything else, go to geek-io.net/links. That includes our merch store, Patreon, Discord, live stream, everything like that. We live stream every Tuesday and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesdays is my pirate campaign, Severe Seas, 5th edition, and of course Fridays is this lovely Pathfinder game. And
Hello, and thank you.
And
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
To our 186 geeks for hanging out with us, watching us. Feel free to chat in the chat. Don't be shy. May not respond immediately, but I do watch the chat all the time. So yeah, yeah, for all of us here, to all of you there, be good to one another, and we will see you right back here next week. Bye, y'all.